Don't you guys hate it when you max out a brawler and the next thing you know it, Supercell nerfs it to the ground? Well, don't worry. In today's video, I'm gonna give you guys the 10 best and safest brawlers to max out right now. Brawlers that are most likely not going to get nerfed. I'm also gonna give you valuable information as to what brawlers are most likely to get nerfed based off of what Supercell has stated on their latest podcast, on Twitter, and elsewhere. And the number one brawler that I really recommend you guys max out, that's most likely not going to get nerfed, and he is one of the best brawlers in the meta, top 5 in my opinion, is Surge. Surge has it all, guys. He's very versatile brawler. Once you upgrade him, you got the range. He's amazing counter to assassins and tanks. And once you do upgrade him and get that range, guess what? You're speedy. You have long range, so you can pretty much battle against any brawler in the game with Surge. He's just so solid, and he's also, guess what, a legendary brawler now, and because of that, he's always gonna be a potent brawler. Before, he used to be A tier in the meta. He's in S tier. It's very unlikely he's ever going to be pushed out of the meta, guys. Very safe brawler to max out. Next, at number 2, we have Daryl. Daryl was a brawler that was at the bottom of the game, and Supercell pushed him heavily to the top. They want Daryl to be good, guys. That's why they pushed him all the way up with that amazing super, 2 super rolls, which means double the knockback, guys. Double the shield with this star power. He's gonna be so strong. He is strong. And guess what? He also recently got nerfed by Supercell, so I highly doubt that he's gonna get nerfed again, because he's just a really solid S tier brawler that's not oppressive, that's not broken. And so I definitely recommend going with Daryl rather than these other tanky brawlers like BB or Primo or Bull that you should not invest on, because they're just not very good, guys, compared to what Daryl is capable of. Next, at number 3, we have a brawler that's going under the radar, guys, and that is Byron. Byron is one of the most versatile brawlers in the game. He's got it all. He's got amazing range, a very annoying attack that does so much damage, poison tick damage, and it also stacks. That damage stacks. And he also is a heal supporter, amazing heal supporter. He has a stacking heal to heal his teammates. He has a gadget with 3 shots that deals so much damage, or you can even use it for heal. He has a super that you can shoot over the walls, and guess what? He's gonna eventually get a hypercharge as well, and he's gonna be even stronger. A hypercharge attack that he can shoot over the wall, that's just crazy to me. I feel like Byron's gonna be one of the best brawlers after he gets a hypercharge as well. He's already an S tier brawler, guys, and he's not gonna get nerfed. Next, at number 4, we have one of the best throwers in the game, Larry and Laurie. Now, this is a brawler that got nerfed so many times since his release, and he is still one of the best brawlers in the game. Pros use him all the time. He's got it all, guys. Amazing damage, great spawning ability with his super, of course, and he has amazing health on top of great speed. He's the speediest thrower with high health. He's also got the highest health as a thrower, so it's pretty crazy that Larry and Laurie still has one of the best stats. And the brawler that you should probably not invest so much on is Dynamite. Dynamite is one of the most popular brawlers in the game, but Supercell is aware of his stun gadget, guys. They stated in their podcast that they're looking to find a fix for that, possibly rework it. Maybe he's gonna lose that stun, but guess what? Dino will eventually get nerfed. Now we're heading into top 5 territory. We have to talk about Mandy. Supercell is buffing Mandy like crazy. They actually did buff Mandy, but there's a bug, and that's why you don't see it in game. But it is confirmed that in the next balance changes, they will fix that, and they are buffing her up, guys. Mandy's gonna be so strong. She is one of the brawlers I really recommend maxing out, because guess what also gonna happen in the future? She's gonna eventually get a hypercharge. Supercell has confirmed recently that they're planning to give every brawler a hypercharge by 2025, middle of 2025. Every brawler is going to have a hypercharge in the game, and Mandy is gonna be one of them. She's gonna be so strong. I'm expecting her to be in the S tier territory after her buff soon, and then probably almost maybe super powerfully strong once she gets her hypercharge. Next, at number 6, another very solid brawler, we have Meg. Now, similar to Chester, who also got reworked just like Meg, and Meg is also a legendary brawler like Chester. Supercell has been trying to push Meg into the meta so much, guys. Supercell loves Meg. It's why she's been getting so many reworks. She got reworked like 3 times now. It's because Supercell really wants her to shine. She's a legendary brawler, and so she's always going to be a solid brawler, in my opinion. A brawler that you can easily invest on and always have value, because Supercell, guess what, loves Meg. And not just that, guys. Just like how Chester doesn't have a hypercharge, guess what? Meg is going to eventually also get a hypercharge, and then guess what's gonna happen most likely? She's gonna become a very powerful S tier brawler. We've seen it before with a lot of other brawlers that went from A tier or S tier and became almost broken. Brawlers like Surge. Surge was A tier. He got his hypercharge. He's now a very powerful S tier brawler. Brawler like Sandy, who was in A tier, pushed into S tier when he got his hypercharge. We also have Gale, of course. Gale with his hypercharge moved into S tier. Guys, these brawlers you want to invest on because of that potential to get hypercharge in the future. At number 7, we have Cordelius. Cordelius, ever since he got nerfed, Supercell just hasn't touched him for months, and he is still an A tier, almost an S tier brawler. Very solid, super versatile, great against so many brawlers, great against tanks, great against assassins, and with his versatility, with his gadgets, a mute gadget, a jump gadget, Shadow Realm, he's a very fun brawler. He is a brawler that I really recommend investing on, and not a brawler like Lily. Lily is a big mistake if you're trying to max her out, guys, because Supercell has confirmed in their podcast and even on Twitter that they're looking to nerf her Vanish gadget. That gadget is so oppressive, so powerful, and Supercell knows it. So avoid, guys, avoid maxing out Lily. Next, at number 8, another super solid brawler that's always been good, especially by pros, is Stu, guys. Stu is a very solid brawler, and especially because he doesn't have hypercharge, he's eventually going to get it. One thing we really know about A tier brawlers that eventually get hypercharges is that then they become S tier, and Stu is one of those brawlers. He's in the A tier. Once he gets the hypercharge, guys, guess what's going to happen? S tier. That's why we also mentioned Chester earlier. He doesn't have a hypercharge. Guess what happens when he gets it? Another S tier brawler, right? So a lot of these brawlers I'm telling you guys to invest on, to max out, are brawlers that will eventually get hypercharges and are going to be even stronger in the meta, guys. Next, at number 9, we have another super strong brawler that's been solid for a very long time and definitely will not get nerfed. We have Jessie. Guys, Jessie is so good. She's a very good brawler for gem grab, for brawl ball, lots of hot zone maps, and she's really strong on heist with that recoil spraying gadget. Guys, I really recommend maxing out Jessie as a solid controller brawler that's always going to be good in the meta and not going to get nerfed. Instead, don't max out Gale. A lot of people have been maxing Gale out recently, and I feel like that's a mistake because he's very likely, guys. Gale is very likely to get nerfed again soon. The reason I say this is because of data. If you guys watch pro players, especially right after the World Finals, Supercell did state that they are looking to balance a lot of brawlers after the World Finals. They don't want to make any changes right now because they don't want to shift things for the pro players. But after, they will be nerfing him. And Gale is one of those brawlers that stands out the most. He's so oppressive. He has one of the highest pick rates and ban rates, and so he's very likely to get another nerf, guys. Let's start at number 10. One of the best brawlers to max out right now is Chester, guys. Supercell loves Chester. It's why they reworked him. They want people to play him, and he's been really strong in this meta ever since his buff. And then recently he got a small nerf, but that nerf is not that imperative, guys. He's still very powerful force in the meta. He's got pretty much everything. Very good health, very good speed, very good range, very good damage. He's got it all, and I feel like every player should max out a Chester instead of maxing out Spike. I don't recommend maxing out Spike, mainly because he's very overrated. He doesn't have much health. Chester has like twice as much health as a Spike and offers consistent value with range, with high damage. So I really recommend going with Chester as your brawler, guys, to max out instead of Spike. Also, guys, it's super likely Chester's not gonna get nerfed again because they did give him a small nerf, and he's not in the oppressive tier. He's not that overpowered. He's a very strong brawler, but he's not up there in broken terms. So I'm very sure that he's not gonna get nerfed again. So there you guys have it, my top 10 brawlers that you need to invest on to max out, the safest brawler to do so. Hope you guys enjoyed the list, and make sure to write those brawlers down that I mentioned that are most likely to get nerfed, guys, because you should be avoiding them. Those are very risky brawlers to max out as they're very likely to get nerfed. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in until next time for the next Brawl Stars video. I'll see you guys until then. Take care.